All right, so this is what we will be doing for any of the days that you do not come to class. You will be reviewing a video that I record like this that will show you the PowerPoint slides and having me discuss kind of what we went over in class. And then if you have any further questions or anything like that, then you can ask me. This one, I'm just kind of doing this as an introduction for the people who have not been able to come to class. This is for this week, not a substitution for coming to class, but this is just for those of you that are still getting into town or still getting your financial aid all situated and all that kind of stuff. I don't want you to miss out. So this is just an intro to the class that I'm going to give you pretty quickly. So I know some of you really possibly hate writing, and hopefully this class, I don't claim to make you love writing, but hopefully it will give you an appreciation that you can carry forth through the rest of your college career and whatever you do beyond. All right, so a little bit of information about the class. We start this week. The last week of class is going to be through the last week of April, and then we'll have finals after that, which will be online. So that's something that we'll talk about closer to that time. This is a hybrid scheduled class, which means that you meet face-to-face once a week. So that particular schedule is on D2L. So make sure if you have not looked at that, you look at that and it tells you either you're coming on Tuesday or Thursday, and then for the other day of attendance, you will view a video like this that covers the information on the class day that you were not in class, and then you will take a quiz that covers everything for the whole week. So everything that you saw and learned in class as well as through the video. So everyone will be kind of splitting it up that way. And all of those will be posted on D2L, usually on the class day, and then the quiz will be posted on Thursday to cover everything that happens through the week. So that will be due by Sunday every week. So that will be your second day of attendance. And if you hear some random noises in the background, just FYI, I have two dogs that are circling me and trying to figure out what's happening and who I'm talking to. So as far as the book, you do not have to buy a book for this class. It is free online, and there is a link in the syllabus. I will show you that later. Those are my office hours. I am in pane 118. If you cannot meet during those office hours, then please let me know. If you want to meet with me at another time, we can figure something out. One of my dogs just sneezed. And then you can, we can also do a WebEx meeting, phone meeting, whatever works best for you when you need to talk to me. So just let me know. And make sure you read your syllabus, because that is your quiz this week, this information that we're going over right now. So here are all your learning outcomes. Make sure that you read those for your own information. The main thing we're looking at here is this composing argumentative persuasive essays. Your main assignment you're working towards in this class for the semester is a research essay, and your research essay, your researched argument, is you are telling me you're arguing about a particular topic. So you have to come up with an argument and then research it. So that's what you're going to be doing, and so you're going to persuade people for your point of view. So there's some other learning outcomes that you can read there. All right, and then learning methods. I know this may look kind of scary, this 35 pages of formal or informal writing, but your research paper is actually going to end up being 7 pages, and you're going to have some more other assignments to work on that build up towards that research paper. But this also includes all your 35 pages includes your rough drafts and thesis statements you turn into me and outlines and things like that. So don't think you have a 35-page paper. You have working towards a 7-page paper. But we'll talk about those assignments as we get closer. But make sure you read all these different learning methods. We'll discuss these more in class as we go through the semester. Again, you don't need a book. You just have to have that one that's online that you can link to. I will assign some other readings, but they are all like things that are on the internet that you can just link to, so it's nothing you have to buy. Also, make sure that you have an SSU email account. Whatever the email is in pause is what I send the emails out to. So make sure that it's easier to just get an SSU one. So if you don't have one of those yet, then make sure that you talk to IT and get them to set you up with that. Also, please bring a paper and pen to class, something to write on, something to write with. You may have to be turning in papers. You may be doing classwork. You may be doing quizzes in class. And so you need to have something that you can write with. This is a writing class, so please don't show up with no way to write. Also, make sure that you can sign into D2L. That is where I'm posting all of this information. This video will be there, all of your news, all of your syllabus will be there, your assignments, everything is going to be there in D2L. So if you cannot sign into D2L, then again, check with IT and Powell Hall and see if they can get you set up. Also, make sure you have access to a computer with word processing. I don't care if you use Word or Google Docs or whatever you want to use. Please, sometimes people want to type stuff in the notes on their phone and take a screenshot of it. That is not word processing. So make sure that you have something that you can connect to, that you've got Word or Google Docs or some way to actually type out in a word processing program. These are the assignments you're going to be working on throughout the semester. This first one we're going to talk about today is the topic essay. That will be due in about a month. That's going to be worth about 10% of your grade. This is where you're picking your topic for your research essay, what you're going to be talking about the whole rest of the semester. Then you're going to take that information from that essay and put it on a PowerPoint and present it to class. And then for the literature review, you're going to actually find some sources and you're going to tell me how they compare and contrast and what they say. Then this is the big guy right here. This is the researched argument. This is your 7-page paper that's going to be due at the end of April. That's going to be the thing that all this other work is working towards. Then your final for the class was not a test. You're going to turn in a portfolio, which is going to be a revised version of this researched argument, and then you're going to do a reflective essay. If you've been in 1101, you remember that, where it's asking you what you thought it was going to be and what you learned and all that kind of stuff. Make sure that you pay attention to this peer review and writing process grade. That is 20% of your grade. Now this is when you're turning in rough drafts, you're doing peer review in class, you're turning in outlines, thesis statements, different things like that. To me, all of that adds up. This is 20%. That's 20 points. If you don't do this, that immediately drops you down to a B or an 80, so almost a C. This is can make or break your grade. This has affected a lot of people's grades in the past. I had a student last semester who made, I'd say average C's on the papers, ended up making an A in the class because he did everything he was supposed to here and he came to class most of the time. And that all added up. And I mean, I think it was like a 90, but it was still an A. So, make sure you pay attention and do all these little pieces because all that stuff adds up. You will have those weekly quizzes that you will be doing. They only make up about 5% of your grade, and there's like 15 of them, so obviously that's only like a third of a point each, but make sure you're paying attention to because they go towards your attendance grade and towards this quiz grade. All that adds up to their grading scale, fairly typical. Extra credit. I'm going to give you plenty of opportunities for extra credit. Please do not email me the last week of class and go, oh, I need to do extra credit. You're going to have extra credit throughout the entire semester. So make sure that you're doing those so that you take advantage of all those opportunities. Your attendance grade is important. It is based on you doing those quizzes online and coming to class on the days that you are scheduled. The department policy requires you cannot miss more than 15% of class, which means that's no more than 7 absences. So if you miss more than 7 absences, you have more than 7 absences, I am required by the department to fail you. So please do not do that. That's a silly reason to fail a class like this. I do drop the lowest 4 attendance grades when I figure it up, so missing a few days is not going to hurt you, but just make sure that you aren't just skipping a bunch of class because that will be detrimental to you in the end. Also make sure I've emailed these about the attendance verification assignments. The first couple of weeks of class, the university is paying very close attention to attendance. And so you have to actually turn something in. That's why I ask you to do that. The student commitment form and the quiz for Thursday is going to be an attendance verification. And I also have done discussion posts that I need y'all where you're just introducing yourself. They're all simple little things that you got to do. They're very easy and to complete those because if you're not actively participating in class, that means that's not just signing into the class on D2L. You actually have to turn something in. You have to show your face. Then they might drop you from the class. So that's why those are important. We normally check it the second week of class. We're checking it every single day right now. So make sure that you are doing all of those assignments. Okay, course policies. I don't take late work unless you made arrangements for me in advance, not the day it's due. I understand there's emergencies and things that come up. Let me know about those things. The Wi-Fi going out 5 minutes before the paper's due is not an emergency. You shouldn't have waited till the last minute. But if, I've had students where they've had deaths in the family and they say, hey, can I have an extra few days? And I'm like, hey, take an extra week. I'm here to help you. I'm here to work with you and help you be as successful as you possibly can be. But I can't help you unless you talk to me and tell me what's going on. So if you're having something going on, you need to make arrangements for accommodations to take a little extra time to work on something or anything like that. Let me know. I am sympathetic to those things. Also, D2L Dropbox, that is where you will be turning in everything. You will not be emailing me papers. You cannot just email me a paper and that be turned in. It has to go through the Dropbox on D2L. Also, academic integrity. Don't cheat. Don't copy. Don't use SpinBot. SpinBot papers sound completely ridiculous. And people really think that they are doing something awesome, and those papers make no sense. If you have taken 1102 before and done this research project, you have to choose another research topic. So you can't resubmit the same papers and the same assignments that you've done for this class before. You have to pick an entirely different topic. So don't copy, don't take stuff from another class, and even though you wrote it, it's still considered plagiarism if you're reusing the same material. That can cause you to fail assignments and possibly fail the class. So just do your own work, do original stuff. COVID conduct policies. You must wear your mask properly over your whole face, not your whole face, but the bottom half of your face, throughout the class period, and try to stay at least 6 feet away from people at all times. There is spray in the classroom where you can clean everything down, wipe it down, disinfect. If you do not follow these policies, then the university says that I can't ask you to leave and I can give you no credit for attendance and classwork. And if it keeps happening, I can refer you to university disciplinary action, which I do not want to do. Just wear the mask. It's not super fun, but it's easier than getting sick. If you think you are sick, please do not come to class. Please do not come to class and tell me, hey, I think I'm sick, because then you're just spreading your germs. Email me, text me, tell me some other way. If you think you've been exposed and are getting tested, waiting on test results, email me, send me a picture of, your testing information or whatever. And, just let me know that I know some like student athletes and stuff, you get tested all the time. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you think that you have been exposed and that's the reason why you're getting tested, let us know. We can do through WebEx class, something like that if you need to. If you have been exposed, if you test positive, of course let me know, but also email this SSU COVID-19 at Savannah State. That is where they're keeping up with all the student cases, and that's why there is a seating chart in class, because it's contact tracing, so it will if someone who sits near you tests positive, we can let you know so that if you need to go get tested. So that is why we have to keep up with all those things, but the university is tracking all that. So make sure, again, just if you need to stay home, if you're sick, send me an excuse, send me a picture of your doctor's excuse or whatever, but, and do what you got to do to keep up with class. And those are some of the signs of illness that are fairly typical when it comes to COVID. So how to be successful in this class. These are the 3 main things that you need to do to be successful in my class. Come to class, because that's where you learn most of this information. These videos work, but you're not getting the same information. You're not getting the benefit of listening to other students with their comments, their discussion, asking questions, all of those kind of things. You're not getting that back and forth. So make sure when you're scheduled, come to class, and make sure that you're doing your online assignments so you get that attendance grade. Make sure you're following assignment requirements and turning your work in on time. Turning in late can be super detrimental to your paper. To your grade overall. I've had students that, they've turned in stuff late and didn't turn out well for them in the end. And I'm giving you an assignment requirement sheet. I give you a sheet for every assignment, and make sure you're going through there and you're fulfilling all those requirements. Because if you don't do the assignment, that I'm asking for, then you're not going to get a very good grade on it. And so if you have any questions, you look at those sheets and you're like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing here. Ask me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. If you're having any issues, if you're having questions about the class, if you're having questions or issues being able to come to class, if you're having things that are going on that are affecting your time in the class, then let me know. Again, I can't make accommodations for you if I don't know what's going on. You can't email me the last week of class and be like, this is what's been going on all semester. Because I can't go back in time and change what's happened. If you let me know at the beginning of the semester, hey, this is what's going on, then I can help you throughout that time and help you to be successful. So you've got to communicate with me. If you have any disabilities, if you need any accommodations, learning disabilities, physical disabilities, anything like that, let me know. I can't make a lot of accommodations unless I have the paperwork through the Disability Resource Center. So make sure you contact them. There's disability services here, counseling services, the STAR program, all of these. They can send me paperwork and say, hey, this person needs extra time to complete assignments, or they need extra, need some time off, whatever it is. But I can't make those accommodations unless you go and talk to them first and they send me that information. Health services, if you need to go to the doctor, they have that as well. So there's a lot of things here, so make sure to check this out if you need it. My dog is drinking a whole bunch of water right now. This is my contact info, my email, and my phone number. Feel free to call and or text. If you call me, leave a voicemail because I don't answer numbers I don't know, or text me and say, hey, can I call you? Just know that my phone goes on Do Not Disturb like at 11:30 every night, so don't be trying to call me at 1 o'clock in the morning because I will not get it. And then my office and my office hours. And like I said, if you need to meet with me outside this time, just let me know. All right, so if you have any questions about that, let me know. We're going to go over real quick D2L. So when you look at, I don't know what your D2L looks like, but this is what mine looks like. Just to show you a little bit really quick. So this is what you should be looking at right now. If you go into the news section, this is where I'll be having lots of different posts here. And then under the content, you will have all the different information that you need here. So your syllabus is here. So hopefully you've looked over that. It's most of the same information that I have already covered. So they've got all that information. I did skip over this part right here. The required materials. This is where your book is. This is the link to your book. There is a PDF version and a Word version. So whichever one of those works better for you, that is okay. It doesn't matter. Most of your reading is going to come from that book. And then here's some of that same information I've already gone over. This is some general information about the different assignments that you will have. And I will give you more specific assignment sheets as these particular assignments are getting closer. So there's the information about your final. Here's some more information about peer review. Make sure you read over this. Again, it's a very important and large part of your grade. So you want to make sure that you're keeping up with that. And then if you are, one thing about this attendance thing, it says if you're going to be a student athlete and be missing a lot of class, let me know. So make sure if you're going to have to, or there's some organizations where you have to, you might have to go to conferences or something like that. If you think you're going to be missing class, let me know, and I can figure something out so that you can get all the information that you need. More attendance stuff that I've already gone over, COVID policies. Also, we don't have necessarily WebEx classes scheduled, but if we do, just a notice that all WebEx classroom sessions are recorded. So please be wary and be aware of what you have within the view of your camera. Do not be showing illegal objects or behaviors, and be respectful and courteous, etc. I'm sure you all know how to do that. So all the information about COVID that I just went over. My dog is chewing on a toy and it is very loud. Don't be late. It annoys me when people are late, and it's like I have to stop in the middle of what I'm saying. So just show up on time. You know what time class starts. It's not even that early. Got the formats, you got all this technology in the classroom. I get you need to have your phone or your computer sometimes to pull up readings and do that kind of stuff. Please don't be sitting around texting or like watching Disney Plus or like doing something, I don't want you on Netflix or listening to music while I'm talking, that kind of stuff. When we're having writing time and you're working on stuff, you can listen to music, I don't care. But while we're actually having discussions, please don't do that. Again, integrity, make sure you are not cheating, you are not copying, you are doing your own work for this class. One thing about this class, when it talks about withdrawals, this is a core curriculum class for any major, so you're advised to complete this course. You're going to have to do the research paper no matter what class, whoever the teacher is, so you might as well just stick it out, and if you're having issues again, just talk to me. Accommodations for disabilities, we covered that. So here's your course calendar. This is going to show you what you need to have prepared for each day of class. So this week we're only going over intro to the course, and we're going to talk about the assignment. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Also, make sure that you are the SCC, that's your book. So make sure you're doing these readings that are listed here before class. Make sure you do that reading, because if everyone's staring at me blankly when I'm asking questions about the reading, I'm going to have to start doing reading quizzes, and I don't want to have to do that because I have to write the reading quizzes and then I have to grade the reading quizzes. So just do the reading. It's not a ton. So reading from the book, there's a few, like I said, I've got some reading from outside that you just link to do that for those days. And we will discuss all these readings in class. You also notice that it's got all of your due dates for everything in here, so you can kind of go ahead and plan out when things are going to be turned in. So you can kind of see that throughout the semester. Also, under the content tab, you should have already found the this is where your PowerPoints are going to be. This is where this video will be. So this is kind of like weird and meta because it's going to be right there. Class meeting groups, you should have looked at this, whether you come to class on Tuesday or Thursday. I'll put a seating chart there because you have to have the seating chart. And then here's your assignment sheets. This is going to be where all of your assignment sheets are. So here's the first one. This is your first major assignment. This is your topic essay, your inquiry essay. The point of this essay is for you to choose a topic that you're going to do that research on. Make sure you choose a topic that you care something about, because you will be covering this topic and writing about this topic for the entire semester. Please do not come to me at midterm and go, can I change my topic? You cannot. So make sure it's something that you are interested in and that you want to work with for an entire semester. This paper is going to be due on Valentine's Day because everyone loves writing so much, I'm sure. So the whole point of this is you are just to go over this, and I'm not going to read this to you because I went over it in class and I'll go over it in class again. But the point of this essay is to tell me what your topic is and why it is important. You talk about thesis statements. Your thesis statement is your argument. I'm going to talk about thesis statements so much during this class, but that is your argument, your claim for each paper. And the argument for this paper is this topic is important to research, and to this particular research question is important to answer because pretty much you're just telling me why what's your topic, what's your research question, and why you want to look at it. So you've got questions here. We've got anything you see with a number or a bullet in front of it. Those are going to be things that you need to pay attention to, and probably questions that you're going to be answering within your paper, because this is going to be a 3-page paper. There it is. So you're telling me why it's worthy of further investigation, how you chose it, how you refined it to a research question. So you're going to have a fairly general topic, but your research question is going to be somewhat specific. So you can't say, I'm going to write a paper about global warming, because that's a super broad topic. So you need to think about, well, what about global warming what can be done to prevent global warming? What can be done to reverse it? What is the effect on penguins? What is the effect on people living in Georgia? You can be, very specific about it, but you have to narrow it down to something that's going to be a very specific question. And you're also going to use what we call an artifact in there. So you're just going to choose like an article, essay, book, documentary, something that talks about your subject, your research topic, and you're just going to tell me what it says. So this is an article from the National Geographic magazine, and it says this about global warming. You're not going to do deep research. You are not going to start answering your research question yet. You're just telling me what it is and why you care about it, but don't start answering it yet. So what your essay should be doing, make sure you're reading over this. The purpose is to tell me what your topic is, how you chose it, and where you think you're going to go with it. So all of these questions right here, you should be answering those within your paper. So make sure you read over this particular assignment sheet. This is going to explain, like, these are the things you got to do, how to choose the topic. We're going to work on this in class, helping you choose the topic. You will be turning in a topic to me on next Friday the 29th, so make sure that you have started thinking about that. And then there's the rubric for how I'm going to grade the assignment. So if you have any questions about anything that I've gone over in this video, please let me know. Like I said, we'll be going over this particular assignment several times because we're going to be working on it in class. These are some days that we're going to be doing different things. And then we will discuss all of that as the semester goes along. So make sure that you are thinking about your topic and you've gone over your syllabus, and that as of now, that quiz Thursday morning is live. So it is ready to go. So your quiz for this week, for the second day of attendance, you need to go ahead and do that. And it's going to be information that I've talked about in this video that's on your syllabus. It's only all my quizzes are fairly short. They're like 5 questions. They're true, false, multiple choice. You're not writing an essay in them. It shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes to do these quizzes. And that counts for your attendance grade and towards your quiz grade. So make sure that you are doing all of that. All right, if anyone has any questions, please let me know.